Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, I want to share some thoughts around how to earn the respect of your non technical colleagues. If you're working in a technology business, most people working with you probably understand the technology, the systems, and the fundamentals of everything that goes into engineering and technology. But even there, you have staff who are in operational roles, in certain leadership roles, as well as certain other support roles where they don't understand to the degree that we understand things from a technology or engineering perspective. So when we want them to respect us and understand us, we need to be speaking from their perspective. It means you might feel like you're dumbing down certain things, but simplicity is key. And when they feel heard and you speak at a level that they understand, there is a higher tendency for them to respect you and respect the fact that you have spoken at their level and not somewhere up here that they have zero clue about. So, in the early days of my technology career, I did not understand this. I was, communicating at the level of the technology involved, whatever that might be. If it's a laptop, saying, this part of this laptop's not working, whatever it might be. And people glaze over. Sometimes when you speak like that, they feel like you're deliberately speaking at that level to make them feel dumb. And look, it might be certain insecurities that they already have and all that sort of thing, but it is not helping our cause to be respected, to be, considered as part of that whole organization, a team. And that goes a long way. When you have the respect of the people that you're working with and working for, you can go a long way in doing your job well, ensuring that they get the outcomes that they want, while also you get the outcomes that you want from a technology and support perspective. So, in every aspect, always try to understand where the person you're talking to is coming from. What is their level of understanding? If they could be the CEO of the business and they could even come from an engineering or technology background. What also does happen, and this is something that I personally have experienced, is yes, you start with all the detailed understanding of all technology, but as you start going into management and then executive leadership, what tends to happen is you have so much more to deal with that you can't keep up with all the detail-oriented things that are required to understand the technology from an engineering and technical standpoint. So you understand at that level because of the busyness and the amount of things that you have to keep on top of. You still have an understanding because you worked in those areas, but you've lost some of the recent changes, developments that have come. That's where you need to have really good relationship with the people that you're leading, so they can keep you updated at least on a surface level of what is changing, what the benefits are, so that when they come to you with a project proposal, you can take it to executive management and say, look, this is a proposal that's come from our development team or from our infrastructure team, whatever it might be, and these are the benefits that it offers to the business. And yes, there is a cost X, but the benefit is Y, which is much bigger than the cost. So in every stage, it's about understanding the people that you're speaking to. If you as a manager are speaking to a tech, you need to have certain understanding of the technology. But if you don't, also you need to have the ability to say to them, look, I don't understand what all of this means. Can you explain to me how it works, why we need certain things that you're talking about? At the same time, when you're speaking to a non-technical person, you need to understand their worldview. What do they understand about what you're doing? So if you're a tech helping a non-technical person, they come to you and say, look, nothing's working. That's a standard thing that a lot of us in the tech space have encountered. Nothing's working. So then we've got to go, okay, understand what he's saying. What do you mean by nothing's working? And then they go, oh, well, this is not working, that's not working. So they might have 2 or 3 different issues that to them might seem completely separate, but might have one single root cause. And then you go, oh, cool, thanks for letting me know about this, this, and this. Has it been happening for a while? Just building that sense of, you actually care. You actually want to know what happened, how it's affecting them, and how you can help them. So once you have that, then you can go into the details and go, oh yeah, it looks like this is what's happened. And then you do your diagnostics, and when you're giving the system back to them, you don't have to give them all the details because they really don't care. For them, the fact that it works is all that matters. But to supplement it, you can say, hey, look, based on what you've said, I've done this, this, and this. I've looked at it, and it appears that, it might have been like a ad that you opened up, and that's caused an infection on the computer. So in the future, it might be worthwhile being careful about those sort of ads and probably using an ad blocker. Whatever your thing is, speak at their level that they can understand, rather than going into the the deep technical features and all that sort of thing. They want to know the benefit of whatever you've done for them and how it's going to make their life easier. How is it going to help them do their job better than they are able to at this very moment? So as long as you stick to that level, of the level that they can understand, they will respect you for it. They will want to have conversations with you because you're not going to bore them with all the technical details that they don't care about. And if you're in a managerial position and you're speaking to managers from other departments, again, they don't understand the technology aspect of things. They understand what their staff have come and said to them as is not working. So you need to figure out what they're saying, at what level they understand is not working. And there might be, things that the technology department might have done to improve security. And if we haven't communicated properly of how the processes might change, that could be affecting them. So getting those managers and probably a few people from their department involved in the process of change management will help you avoid that from happening. So these are things that I've had to learn by making mistakes, by doing things and then thinking, why isn't it working? People should be happy that things have changed, we've made improvements, and then understanding that they really didn't care what technology changes in the background, how much more security has been added. None of that really matters to them. What does matter to them is, can they do their job better than they could yesterday? Can they do the job more effectively and efficiently than they did yesterday, without more extra work and extra steps added to their workflow. And as long as they know that, they're happy. They just want the benefit. They don't care about the features that we care about. And as long as we communicate at that level, they understand, they respect it, and they go from there. And this is not just something that I myself had figured it out. I've spoken to other IT directors, engineering directors. I've spoken to engineering managers and IT managers. We've learned this, a lot of us, in the hard way, because the thing is, we've come from a technical background where we might have worked in a technical team where we do speak all those details. But when we come to those higher levels, you can't be speaking those details. You have to be speaking at the level of the person that you are communicating with. And those lessons then we impart to our team members to help them also understand the worldview of our customers and give them the best possible outcomes we can as a team. So the things to consider in this sort of scenario is this. Every interaction that you have with someone who's coming to you for technical help and technical support, try to understand where their understanding's at, and then speak at that level of understanding. You don't need to give them all the details unless they specifically ask about the details and want to know the details. Give them the surface level of this is what happened, this is what I've done to fix it. If there's any issues, this is what it'll present itself like. Just let us know and we'll look into it further. But these are the benefits of what we've done for you. And just keep it that level. Most people are very happy with that and they'll go on with their lives. You go on with your lives. They respect you for the fact that you haven't wasted their time. You haven't given them unnecessary details, making them feel incompetent. And you've spoken at their level, which means they feel understood, they feel respected, and they feel like you actually care. So hopefully that helps you out. I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you're notified of future videos as they are released. I look forward to talking to you in a future episode. Take care.